Welcome everyone to It Tastes Different Gaming Appetizers. And we're going to talk about everybody's favorite subject tonight. More loot boxes, said no one ever. Unless you're 5 years old or below the age of 10, because 10-year-olds and below love loot boxes, right? Kids love loot boxes. Parents hate them. Most other gamers hate them. Activision Blizzard was recently fined by the Pan-European Gaming Information, also known as PEGI. You've ever seen those commercials with PEGI ratings? So Blizzard, they were basically fined over Diablo Immortal's microtransactions because they failed to disclose the presence of those when they were getting their ratings and reviews. Which seems kind of odd because that game is nothing but microtransactions. I mean, it's a microtransaction pretending to be a game. It just basically entices you to spend money every time you turn around. It's like, spend $1 to upgrade this weapon. Oh, make sure you buy this for $1. Oh, that's $5. Make sure you get these gems for $10. It's a walking microtransaction of a game. And what's kind of even more interesting is they just now fined them for something that was released back in 2022. Seems like a little delayed reaction. I'm pretty sure a lot of people were like, hey, this has microtransactions in it. And it took them this long. But they were fined like pennies to them. They were fined 5,000 euros, which is just pennies to those guys. They don't care. They wipe their ass with toilet paper more expensive than that, That's not going to make them do anything. I wish more countries would just outright ban loot boxes and gambling, because it's gambling in games. Whatever you want to say, it's gambling. I ban loot boxes from games. I want to see a ban of microtransactions because that'll kill the mobile gaming market in a heartbeat. But that's just my opinion. It'll never happen. I despise microtransactions in the game. I'd rather pay for a game that I want to play and then be done with it and move on from there. Not worry about, oh, do I want to remove this ad? That's $2. Do I want to buy these extra energy or stamina or whatever the heck the game has? Pay this $5, $10, $2, $20, whatever the heck it may be. Stupidest thing ever. That's why I despise mobile gaming to begin with, because mobile gaming is nothing but a microtransaction freaking winter wonderland. It's garbage. Just hit it with a nuclear bomb, make it a nuclear winterland, because I want it to be done and over with, because it's prevalent everywhere nowadays. Every game has microtransactions, just about. Even games that cost $70 have microtransactions. Buy this, buy that, buy more of this, buy everything of this. And the usual offenders, EA, all those guys are out there, Blizzard, Activision, they're microtransactioning the hell out of everything. What way to make more money than you're already making? I think Exhibit went and worked for them. He's like, yo, dog, I heard you like money with your money. So let me show you how to put some money inside of that other money so you can make more money with your money. Exhibit the hell out of that, So now everybody's like, microtransaction on top of full paid games, microtransactions on top of loot boxes. It's just money anymore. So it's a very lucrative thing. And because governments allow it, it's going to continue, and gamers buy it. It's going to continue. So as long as people continue to buy it, it's going to continue to be prevalent, because at least here in the US, our government's never going to step in the way of capitalism, right? How much money can you wring out of the people? Can you bleed that rock anymore? Because we're going to sure try. Nick, what do you think about Activision Blizzard getting fined for not letting PEGI know that they had microtransactions in their game? And how did PEGI not know they had microtransactions in their game?
Yeah, they must have gave them a different version of the game when they went to rate it, because they do play the game in snippets and various portions to rate these games. So I guess it just never came up, and especially like 5,000 euros, that's like $5,346 in US. So that's like nothing. It's that just tells the company, you keep doing it, you're fine. We're going to just like a little slap on the wrist. Oh, you owe us $5,000. Okay. Diablo Immortal probably makes more than that in a day. So sure. Here you go. Here's the 5,000. Sorry about that. My bad. Moving on. Right. Yeah, it's stupid. I wish they would, stop doing that, because, microtransactions and various things of that nature, because it is, bleeding the consumer dry, and it's a bunch of, either cut content or that they add back into the game. The content that was already there, they just either paywall it or they cut it to sell it later as DLC or loot boxes or whatever. And it's horrible. I mean, even, like Pat said, even games that come out, for $70, they're trying to find ways to continue to drain the money out of your billfold. I mean, Diablo 4, for example, that's coming out soon, and that has a battle pass. That's $20 for or is it? I think it's $10 for the regular battle pass, then $20 for the accelerated battle pass. And Destiny 2 has the same thing, but Destiny 2 is a free-to-play game. It wasn't when it came out, but it is now. And besides the DLC and expansions and stuff like that, they nickel and dime you on. It has a battle pass that is, well, they raise their prices on those battle passes. We talked about that not too long ago. But Diablo is a $70 game if you want to buy just the base version of Diablo. Now, not saying you have to buy the battle pass. You don't have to. But, most people, especially if you're going to invest time in a game like that, you want the stuff out of there, right? And so you're more than likely going to, especially if you're going to spend time in it, and they know this, they know you're going to buy it because you want the stuff out of it. So you're going to buy those battle passes. And so players are part of the problem as well by putting their money forth into things like that, right? Loot boxes and stuff are worse because you don't know what you're going to get. You get like this, there's like usually a list of things that you could possibly get, ranging from exotics to no one gives a crap. And the no one gives a crap items is typically what you pull out of those. Very rarely do you get anything up the top. I think usually like the exotics are the highest thing. I think even for Diablo Immortal, it was like 0.001% or something like that. That you could actually get the thing that you needed out of it. One of the higher tier pieces. I remember when Diablo Immortal came out, there was videos online of people spending like tens of thousands of dollars trying to see how many rolls it would take before they got a 5-star item or something to that effect, right? And even though they're doing it for science, that's still a part of the problem, right? They're still putting money in there. Blizzard doesn't give a crap if you're doing it for science or what you're doing it for, as long as they're making money. And the problem is these companies they're making tons of money. I mean, look at like Genshin Impact. That's a gacha game. It's all about spending money. Not to say that Genshin Impact by itself isn't a good game, because for a mobile game, it is pretty good. They came out with a new one, Honki. I want to say it's Honki. I don't know how you say it. That one, which is made by the Genshin Impact people, and I've played it a little bit, even though I'm not a big fan of mobile games, and that game's fun. But again, it's a gacha game, right? And I know it is, and that's what prevents me from playing it even more, right? I want to, because I'm enjoying myself. It's like turn-based combat. Everything's like voice dialogued. It looks really nice for a mobile game. It plays really well. But I'm just like, man, at some point the game's going to go, hey, you want to buy this? It's like I'm in the used car lot, and the salesman's walking his way towards me. That's the thing I hate about going to look at cars. Is he's got that guy eyeing out for you to come over there and sell you something. You just want to look, right? And that's what I want to do here. But the same thing for this, corporations, governments need to really crack down on this type of stuff. Otherwise, it gets too far gone, right? And like Pat said, they just bleed the consumer dry, and governments just turn a blind eye to it. And, Pat's exactly right. For the U.S. government right now, as it stands, there's no hope for that. Our government's going to continue to let corporations bleed us dry. So that ain't going to change here. But hopefully for other places like Europe and other countries, maybe, possibly, they're hopefully, I mean, PEGI wasn't that strict in this case, but hopefully they'll do more things in the future to be more strict and to, tie these guys down on this type of stuff, because it is really bad, especially for younger kids. I have young kids and they like to buy those things. And even though I think it's stupid, but if they've done good, or if they, work to get money or whatever, and that's what they want to spend their money on, sure, I'll buy that Fortnite box or whatever it is. that's, it is what it is. That's their money and they can spend it on what they want. But, I wouldn't. But yeah, I mean, younger kids like that are more prevalent to go out and purchase these things, right? And purchase a lot of them, right? Young kids like gambling. So that's what we know. Young kids love to gamble. Take that. Shane, what do you think, buddy?
I don't know. I'm still getting over your pronunciation of honky stars.
It's Honkai. I don't know how else you say it. Honky?
Hanukkah or Hanukkah.
Well, there's no I.
There's no I or A before that. It's spelled
Japanese.
like Honkai.
Or Honkai.
No, it's Chinese.
Maybe.
It's actually Chinese.
Is it? Oh, well,
it's not redneck like mine.
It's Hoyoverse. It's a Hoyoverse game.
Honkai and the hot sister. But no, it's I'm so pissed off about the fine though. So just a quick look, an article from November of 2022. That game made over $300 million. $300 million. And they're getting fined 5,000 whatever and change. What a load of that's just more incentive for them to keep screwing people. Because if I could make $1 million a day or 150,000 a day, just on the very lowest end on their day when everybody's internet went out, they're still going to make all that money and get charged $5,000. That's ridiculous. PEGI got paid off. She's a hoe. That's why that game lasted that long. PEGI got paid off. And then somebody said something like, oh, okay, well, let's slap him on the wrist for $5,000 frickin' dollars. What a load of crap. But yes, we need to have laws against stuff like this. I mean, it's ridiculous. You shouldn't be able to play a game like this under 18 because it's gambling. Plain and simple. Let's do that. Make a game like this illegal for a child to play. Can you prove mom and dad's not letting little Billy, play this game? No, but make it illegal. And if mom and dad get caught, then they get a $5,000 fine too. So it's stupid. It makes no sense that they just now caught them and this game's been out this long. It makes no sense for the fine that they're getting. I mean, it's just fishy all the way around. I mean, PEGI smells fishy, and somebody needs to take a look at it because it's pretty. That's probably the lowest fine I've ever seen for any game developer, breaking rules and things like that. So, if that's $5,000 a day, I could almost understand it, but it should still be 10 times that a day, until they take it out of the version and, in their area. If they don't take it out, it's, $100,000 a day until they remove it. If they're making $500,000 a day, it's, just leave it there, screw it, but I just, it's stuff like this that pisses me off. I hate loot boxes. I hate microtransactions. I hate anything that screws the gamer as much as this stuff does. It just, I hate the state of the gaming industry, the way it's gone. One thing Pat hates is remakes from a game that's been, that was out 5 years ago. Grand Theft Auto, 3 generations of consoles. I mean, and they keep reselling it. Sony puts a year-old game full price on PC. It's this kind of crap that, angers gamers, real gamers. Now, there are some that just don't care. Some people buy that same game over and over and over and over on every console, every generation when they put it out, Nick. And I just, I'm not that way, except I am that way sometimes. I do have Final Fantasy 7 and 8 on everything twice over. It's, so I'm just as guilty at it. I mean, we all have a little bit to blame, but, it's all coming down to us because we allow it. They're going to continue it. And they're getting a $5,000 fine while we're spending $5,000. So it pisses me off, but What are you going to do about it?
Yep. Don't play it. That's what I say. I mean, I think that game's still making like $8 million a month for them. So it's not in lieu of it's not in risk of getting shut down anytime soon. But
how are they going to live? How can they live with that $5,000 fine, Pat? God.
Well, they're going to have to go without toilet paper for a day, just a day. No toilet paper in the restroom for a day at the Blizzard Activision Diablo Immortal's headquarters. Make sure you use seashells, people.
Seashells.
I don't know. I think that's just hey, we saw you throw your cigarette butt on the floor. Here's a fine for, that's really what it comes down to. I despise stuff like this. I played Diablo Immortal until I started getting hounded every time to purchase this, purchase that. And I'm like, you know what? I'm done. Never spent a dime on that game. Didn't intend to. Wanted to play for as long as it would until I started getting bugged about spending money. And it didn't take no time at all. I only played a couple of days. And the next thing I know, it's like, hey, upgrade this wet. We saw you just run a dungeon. How about upgrading the loot you got for 99 cents? How about hell no, leave me alone? And then I leveled up and it's like, hey, do you want more chances to run these rifts? Spend $5 for more chances. And I'm like, you know what? You get no more chances. Uninstall. Never look back. I love Diablo, the series, but I'm not giving them money like that. And I'm a little disappointed in the seasons stuff that they're doing because they're going down the Destiny route, like, that Nick had said earlier in another show. But I even hate that Destiny does that because Destiny is not a free-to-play game. As much as everybody says it is, you don't get the expansion for free. You have to pay the price for the expansion. Now, it goes on sale. It gets cheaper and cheaper with every version. But if you want to play current content with friends and run current raids and stuff like that, you spend money. And then if you want to run the season and you want the extra stuff from the season, you spend the money. So not only they charge you $60 for the game, then they charge you $10 for the season pass. And they also have a ass ton of microtransactions in their currency of silver that you can buy. And it's a whole racket. And if the game was free and all expansions were free, cool. That's how they make their money. I'd gladly pay the $10 to get season pass, but that's not. They charge me $60 for an expansion, 40 to 60, depending on the expansion. And then that. And Diablo Immortals, free to play game, but had microtransactions that were massively, massively overpriced and compensated, and then just tried to rake it in. And they did. $100 million when it first came out a month. Stupid amount of money coming in because people were doing and spending that amount. But it also goes to show you how bad microtransactions were embedded in that game, where people were spending so much money just to progress to the different levels of the different tiers of hell and all that stuff in the game. The dumbest thing ever that we allow this to happen. That's so much wasted money from people. Like, I don't know what these people who are spending $10, $20, $30, $50,000 or $100,000 on a game like this is. I've seen it. Watched YouTube videos of it. I'm like, how the hell do you have that kind of money to spend on this? Beats me, but it's out there for people to play. There's tons of mobile games that rake in the money because they're full of microtransactions. They're free to play and they do it. But everybody's got microtransactions. Diablo 4, $70 game. Says no microtransactions, but a season pass, a microtransaction in my book. And they'll probably have other microtransactions in the game. I mean, look at WoW. WoW did it. It'll be some pets or some cool wings or some cool outfit or something, or dress up my Barbie in Diablo, So it's, I hate the world of gaming in that aspect. I'm becoming one of those people who are like, give me my single player or co-op experience. It's not online related. I don't want a live service game. I don't want any of that anymore. I'm getting tired of it. I mean, I'm burnt out on Destiny and I play Destiny a lot. But I'm burnt out on live service games. I don't want any more. And we got tons of them coming out this year and next year. So you guys got anything else you want to say about these microtransactions and the 5,000 euros piddly fine that Activision was handed by PEGI?
Now I'm depressed.
Yeah.
Yep. Microtransaction majorly pissed me off.
Well, go play your Honkai Star Rail. So far, I've not been gotten bugged. I've not gotten bugged Honkai. I've not gotten bugged at all to buy anything in that game. Maybe once when it was just like, hey, here's the item store, and that was it.
Yeah, so far I haven't either.
So.
I'm continuing to go. I play it occasionally from here and there when I'm not at home, just to carry on.
Are you playing it on your phone or your PC?
I am.
Phone.
I'm playing on my phone.
Yeah.
Traitors.
I told Nick about it, and Nick's like, check it out. Because I was like, I haven't run into microtransactions yet. I did run into the store, and I'm like, cool. And, but so far I've gotten currency to buy everything I want so far. So in the game, not having to spend my own money. So cool.
Yeah. Well, I got it downloaded on my phone. I just don't sit long enough unless I'm duking. So.
Well, that's good. An hour, I think I play an hour on it at nighttime and bedtime is what I do. I put an hour into it. I'm like, cool.
You sit on the toilet that long?
No, I lay in bed and play it for like an hour.
That's what I do too. I take my daughter to gymnastics and it's an hour long. And so I sit there and play that while I wait.
All right. Well, let us know what you think about that massive fine that Activision Blizzard got put on them by PEGI. And if you know how to pronounce Honkai from Honkai Star Rail, let us know, because obviously none of us know how to pronounce it. And Shane pronounced it with extra A or I, which I don't see that in there, but never know. So let us know how that's pronounced if you play that game. And you made it to the end. Help us out. Subscribe to the channel to help us get those numbers up there so we can get some of that gamer money. We all want some of that gamer money. We need to buy more games. So let us know down in the comments. We'd like to hear from everybody. And we hope you enjoyed this episode and hope to catch you in the next one.
See ya.